The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman on this Wednesday the 9th of July. We're looking at the Dow up 227 points at 44,466. So I've been saying to subscribers, we want to short the Dow, not to short the Dow necessarily, but short the market. If there is a sharp pullback, and it has to be below the recent lows. Otherwise, you've just got buying coming in all the time, and it's really important to be able to monitor very strong technicals because you need this is what you need. You need a dark, there you are. So let me click, there we go. Now we just change it to the Dow chart, INDU. You need Chapman Wave Dark News Index. You need this cloud cover. You need something to say, hey, either yields are spiraling higher or there's something in the economy that's being discussed, tariffs, whatever it is, that just puts a cloud over the market. And that cloud is not a one-off. You can't have these one-day sudden slides. You have to have some continuous pullback, because if that occurs, then all of a sudden you're looking at something that says, within the context of the overall market strength that's showing in the technicals, you want to be able to see something that really concerns the market in a way that says, we're nervous, now we're nervous. Now we've got to be real careful. And if that happens, then basically what occurs is that the selling is mitigated not by the good technicals, but by the overall negativity. And we don't have that yet. We have a lot of signs that, it could happen at any moment, but we don't actually have it. And the market so far is responding very positively. Now, within that context, let's just go to what would be a breakdown. I would say we're trading at 44,423. Definitely, if we were to get a slide below, 44,000 definitely, but let's say 43,900, now you start to show lower lows and lower highs. We haven't got that yet. And if we don't get it, then what you're saying is the market is just dealing with us as if it's same old, just buy the dips, buy the dips, buy the dips. So as I see it, let me just change something over here that I have to do. I don't know what it meant. I'm just going to get out. Should I do that? Yeah, I'm just getting out. Okay, sorry about that. Try to do two things at once. And it kind of worked, but then it didn't work. I might regret this, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so the Dow, as I say, has to really start, and certainly that 14-period moving average of 43,842. Wow, we take that out in the next week or two. Now you're starting to see some downside action. But wait a minute, we've got so much going on here. Look, the S&P, SPX, there we go. The S&P at this particular point, I did that again. This is the chart that you need. Okay, got it. SPX, I should have learned by now, thousands of times. S&P right now is just moments away from an all-time high. It's at 6263.94, and did I forget to type that in? Yes, I did. The high that was made that was Friday, I think, on the 3rd of July was 6284.45. I'm going to write that in. 6284.45. So, you're 21 points away from that. You could do that in eye blink. But this is where I'm saying that I see a lot of resistance on the upside. Not a cap per se, but just resistance coming up. Not that you can't get there, because all the technicals are good, but it's just saying that the upside now is a little bit limited, and this is just some great news that comes along. But at the same time, the downside has been limited. So for the S&P, a break to the, let me just get this right, a break to the, I want to get this done very quickly because I've got a ton of calls. A break of, not even that one. I'm going to go to this one, the 9-period moving average, 52, let's just call it, you're at 52.63. I would say under 62, 64, under 62, you'll start to see something, a deterioration in the technicals. Now, the QQQ made an all-time high. Not by much, but it's an all-time high, and it's only a leg B in the weekly charts. These weekly charts are absolutely amazing. The IWM is up 1.0 at 222.25. I'm loving the action in the IWM. I would have preferred just to, on that dip where the 9-period moving average held green, but the price went below it for about 5 out of 6 bars, daily bars. That was absolutely when it sprang back up. That was an opportunity to say, I'm getting in. Maybe there's just a 5% move upside, and then you correct, but at least I'm in. This way, I said to subscribers, I really would like to be in. Today would be great just to say, this market's ignoring every single bit of news that could be negative. It's just treated as not necessarily positive, but as, it's nothing. Therefore, you got a risk of buying at 222. What was the open today? 222.57. So you got a risk, say, of 3 points, because if it breaks 3 points lower, I think it's going to start to go even lower. At the same time, there's a chance, because of the strong weekly chart, that the IWM suddenly finds that it's become the sector of interest. At this point, it's showing that yes, it's noticed. But I haven't got real confirmation yet. Technicals all great, but I haven't got that. So I said, let's just step aside. So with that said, it's the IWM. I do want to go to the SMHs because the semis go, the market goes. The semis at an all-time high of 286.56. Nice action. I've got this as a potential G/C. It looks more like a C, and it's a fabulous leg B in the weekly chart, and I don't even want to mention it. Rather than an E, there's a chance, just a chance, that it's a leg A in the monthly chart. All right, so let's go to NVIDIA just quickly because that was one of the questions. Where do I see it going? NVIDIA is the leader. It's at an all-time high. It too is in a G/C in the daily. Only a leg A in the weekly. So if ever there was a leader in the market and a leader of the leading group and a leader within the leading group, NVIDIA is absolutely it. So do you buy it right here at 163? And even if you're expecting only maybe 6 or 8 points higher, and then you can get out as a trade, yep, that's one thing. But as a position play for the monthly charts, you'll look back and say, what was that guy talking about at 163.53? It was just a perfect buy, but it makes it really tough. All-time high, daily chart, nothing wrong. Everything is very, very positive. Unbalanced volumes a little bit overbought. That's a hint. But the stochastic at 90%. All I can say is if you aren't in it already, it's tough. As a trade, I can absolutely say yes. You want to buy it, you put in a 3-point stop right now. It's up 3.52. If it takes out the low of the day, that just says, it's going to stall. But, man, this is just moving high. All right, so I've got that. I just wanted to do the GDX because that was a question. GDX is trading up 14 cents at 50.94. It's not looking good. It's in a sell mode. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, Dow's at 207. I'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Yeah, so we're back. I just wanted to show this quickly, and then I got a ton of questions that I have to get to. So I drawn this in. It was just going into the 10 o'clock hour, and I'm put this as the 1 minute chart as on the E-mini, S&P E-mini as a peak F, and then I drew in a left. So, oops, I just moved as I was talking. Should have been there. The left side, right side arch formation that said it should retest this whole area that was at 2210. At, let's see, the low would be 63.54, 75. Well, lo and behold, it was one bar late, but it went right down there, tested it, and now it's gone sideways. Sideways is a it's a trend. A trend is sideways. But within the sideways, if you go short-term enough, you can go to the upside and the downside of the rectangle. But normally what I do is say, you've got to wait for some more evidence because it has to take out that low. This sideways move within a very tiny trading range could do well. Now, I was thinking that we would get from the open a very low trend reading, which would say that tomorrow we would see the Dow negative, but we haven't done that. Look at look, there's the short-term trading index. Look at that range. It's not very high, it's not very low, but it was much higher than you would expect with all that buying pressure. So you can see this is very important. Yes, as well, I'll show the charts here for my subscribers, the daily with other technicals. This is the 120-minute chart, which made a peak D for a sell signal. That's all, but we've got nothing in the daily or the weekly. Let me just use this as a moment to show you something here. Look. So this is the Dow. This is the black background with only one technical tool. The pink is where the 9-period moving average goes under the 14. Green is when it goes above. Look, Dow, strong. S&P, strong. QQQ, strong. IWM, strong, much lower down, but strong. So to change that, you're going to have to have about a 5% or 6% pullback to start getting a negative signals. Whew. And look at this. This is Bitcoin. green. It got a little pink right there when it pulled back. That says that with the next rally up, needs to take out the left side highs, and it has to do it fairly soon, but it's doing okay today. It's up 565 at 109,780. We're still long through IBIT, the iShares. And I could just go on. Look at the GDX, pink. It's struggling. It's made the dreaded H pattern 3 times already. So it's going to be very important. It's holding okay. It hasn't broken down. Look at silver, SI. Silver's still green. So I've been talking about the differential between the strong silver chart. We're still along our silver stock, and the gold chart. We are still along our gold, which is up very nicely. But I'm watching it very closely. It's up over 20%. Okay, now let's go to Robinhood. Robinhood had a little pop today, and now it's up 3.15. I pulled back, but now it's up 3.15 at 94.44. I think that so far should be a good sign for the market. I get nervous when the market opens like that very strongly. I'm only watching this 10-20 time frame because that's when the new buyers and sellers come in. So Robinhood, let's go. GE, we're long Robinhood. From down the 16s, not as much as I'd like, but we're still long. GE, up 40 cents at 247.45. 9-period moving average holding above it. It's starting to weaken a little bit, and that's one of the reasons why I'm saying for the overall market, I'm seeing some signs that there's some key stocks to me are saying, look at Cintas. We're long GE for some time. Cintas, pink, pulling back. I'm watching this. This is uniforms and rentals. So with that said, let me get out of this and go to this chart right here. So questions came in. So I'm going to go through the questions one by one. Let me just go. So I'm sorry if I missed this, and now I'm totally confused because it's been such a very busy session today. Which is Unity Software Inc. I had a question about it maybe 2 days ago. Or maybe it was, I can't remember if it was yesterday, and I had it right on I even wrote it down, but for some reason I missed it yesterday. Unity Software was an unbelievable one. I think they in the software, I think they had to do something with games, video games. Anyway, this is a stock that powers up into the 200s. It went to 210, was it? 200, I remember there was a round number, I can't even see it now. 200 and... I have to put this stuff in my eyes for some reason, and now I'm not seeing too well. 210.00, all-time high, round number high back in 2021, and comes tumbling down. That's a little bit of a problem. It goes down to somewhere around the 11 area. I'd say that's about 90-something percent to decline. So I liked it, and I don't know why I missed it, because I would have said right here, breaking above the left side peak F in the 28 area, I like it. You already missed the best move, but to be in it, because the weekly chart is improving so much, the stochastic hasn't yet gone to 80%. It is 72%, but that 92% in the daily says, if you get your foot in the door, I would do that. And I'm going to say right here at 29.47, up 7 cents. It is toppy, but if you're prepared to take a chance and put your foot in the door here at 29.45, I would prefer 28.45, but 29.45, just to get your foot in the door. And the reason why I say that is because if you have your foot in the door and it pulls back, and then it makes a leg D, and then a peak D, and that peak D is higher, and then after peak D, where you can get the deepest pullback, the pullback is still only to 28, and you have yourself a 2-point initial with a small position, a tiny position, a 2-point stop. It's going to give you a tremendous amount of information about the market, about this particular equity, and the chances of the weekly chart in a leg D under the previous D of 31, no. Am I going to have trouble now seeing? That'll be terrible, because my whole thing is saying 30.88. And if it makes a peak D under 30.88, then it's a little bit of a problem. I like leg D to go way over the previous high. So with that said, nibble here, 29.45. For the moment, I'd give it a 2-point stop. The moment it goes above today's high of 30.14, if it does it either today or tomorrow or the next day, with your 2-point stop, I would raise the stop accordingly and then just let it run, and you're going to have a very choppy week or two. And that's how you want to be able to see, does it hold 28 over the next week or two? Because if it does, finally that horrible monthly chart is going to start to improve. And what you really want is a closing price in the monthly above 30. Oh, that's the 38.88 high, but that's not good enough. It has to be in the 31.50 area. You get to 31.50, 32 in Unity, use a symbol, trading at 29.39, unchanged right now. I think there's going to be a little bit of weakness. I even think that I didn't like all that buying at the beginning of the day, and now we're in the 10-20 time frame. So, but I'm just saying, yes, I like it. I would like a little bit, or maybe even buy an option. Then we would buy a 30 option for July, August. I'd make it. You can make it for August, but I'd probably make it for September and just hold it and let it tell you what it's going to do next. That's another way to do it. All right, I'll be back. So we did Unity. Next one that we wanted to look at was CLX, which is Clorox. So Clorox trading down 17 at 125.78 after a horrible slide from the 170s. I'll be back. We'll talk about it. Dow is up 192.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Yeah, so I was just so busy with everything else. I didn't have a chance. Look at this. Look, here's the E-mini. Made a peak D in the 5-minute chart. That's what I'll show you. And then made a peak D in the 10-minute chart. That peak F that we gave, I just had a perfect sell signal, got in, and I just got out because I was busy with the show and it was going sideways. And then we broke that key support level. And I circled in right here on the 200-period moving average, a target. And lo and behold, it's hit that target. And that's what I was saying about this 10-20 time frame. This is where the real market starts. You've had the real day market because you've had the morning market that starts early on. And around about 8:30 to 9:30, sometimes to 10 o'clock, there's another phase altogether. There's the hysterical phase. There's this phase that says, I missed whatever it is and I'm going to get in. And then you've got, this is what's happening now, is what I was speaking about, for at least for my subscribers, to say that it is looking good, but you're at highs, and it's really hard at highs to actually get in. Let me just see. We had that, what we're looking at here. Was that you? Yes, that was you. Now it's probably down sharp. Now it's down 41 cents at 28.98. You can still have that as a nibble because it's there in a leg. Let me just do this for the while I was doing that, SOXS, I did the 1-minute chart. Look at this. This is the SOXS. Had a beautiful, right there at just before 950. It made a low, and now it's gone peak A, peak B, peak C, peak D on the 200-period moving average, peak E just above, then it pulls back, and now it's powered right through. And now this is still only a leg B in the 5-minute chart, and it's only an A in the 10-minute chart. So this is the area that you make the biggest mistakes. So I'm going to go all the way through this in a very much more detailed way as we go through each stock. So next one that we were looking at was CLX. So CLX is, wrong chart, ESU25. Let me get that back. Okay, now I can get this. All right, now we might even, at the 200-period moving average, we might see some attempt at a rally. So now what we've got is at 125.62, down 34 cents, Clorox. So Clorox cleaning products, just what was it, December, I think, maybe in November, December, it was up in the 170 area, slumps down to the 118, 17. Now we're looking at a stock that's at 125. And the question was, is this the time to buy it? So now let me go through this now. First of all, let me go through it in a kind of a social aspect. Cleaning products, etc. Why is it Clorox when nobody's cleaning needs change over a period of time? You do the same thing over and over. You have the same products usually over and over and over. Why would it go from the 170s to under 120? Well, there must be something going on. There must be something where costs at some level are exceeding income. So if expenses are that high, it makes me a little nervous because this is a defensive stock. And usually defensive stocks, when the market is very weak and the economic area for many people, it's really quite difficult. These are the stocks that do well, but they often, very often, they food stocks. So this is a little different. So all I can say is that the 9-period moving average for the first time in a month or so has crossed positive. It's an historic stock in the sense that Clorox has been around, forever, right? I used to have this all notated. I lost that notation. It doesn't matter. So that's an A, B, C, A, B again, C, D. This is a peak D right at the high of 240. And then it pulls back, does the dreaded H many times. This is now lowercase h that goes to lowercase m. It makes me, I'm really cautious about being aggressive about this. But I'm going to recommend, probably that's what I should have said, treated it more in the vein that Unity could pull back quite sharply. But I think Clorox right now is trying to find a base for at least a bounce, a B for a B, base for a bounce. So with that said, at 125.56, why don't you do this? I'm going to suggest you start a position and treat it as a starter position at 125.56. I'm going to make the stop a fairly tight 120. And give it, we'll look at it again. Today's Wednesday, Friday, and Monday. We'll look at it and see how's it doing? How's it holding? Because if we're looking at a market that now is becoming vulnerable to selling pressure, but it doesn't yet tell you that it's vulnerable to making much lower lows and lower highs. It's getting that way. I'm going to suggest that this might be an area that will find some support with fund managers, but not here. At 125, it really has to get to the 128.90 to the 130.10 area. It's got to touch 130 in the next 2 weeks. Otherwise, I think it's not going to do very well at all. So start a position, but it is a terrible-looking chart in the daily, a terrible-looking chart in the weekly, horrible-looking chart in the monthly. But the daily, for the first time, has shown 92%, 82% in the stochastic. MACD's expanding. Relative strength has been garnering buying. So I think that this is a place to see and test whether if there's a rotational correction, will this be a participant on the upside? That is CLX Clorox. Next question came in. I did that. Okay, NBXC. I did that. I think there was one that was asked. I was asked about. I did write it down. Where did I write it down? Okay, so let me just do this. So, where did I write that? Question came in about PBI, I believe it is. So the other day, there was a stock that had a big move up, and it was a real has-been. It's a stock that we haven't looked at for years because it's just been down. It's almost like obliterated, like a Xerox or a what was the camera? Polaroid. And then all of a sudden it comes to life. So this is pretty bold. So we've got a Denner who's been in this for a long time. And even then I said, this chart, I couldn't believe it. I had it in my screamer list. It popped up as something that under $10 that was looking very good. Then I forgot about it. And what it does is it does stair-step moves to the upside. And then it takes about a week doing nothing, going down, and then whoo, goes up, and then a week going down, and then whoo, and it's just done a whoo. It's gone to the 11.50. Let me tell you the exact price. The last move up on July the 7th was to 11.65. So 11.65 is now trading at $10.80. And the question is, what was the question? The question is, how would you handle a long in PBI? What is the count? Count is a peak F right now. I could give an alternate count, but I felt comfortable saying an F. I would hold it, and I'll come back and I'll tell you what I'd be looking at. Dow's only up 71, S&P's up 19.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019. finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn. And he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direction. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direction.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
So we were looking at Pitney Bowes, and Pitney Bowes does e-commerce, shipping, mailing, financial services. I don't know how many times I've got to write there, and I seem to keep losing that. Yeah, I would hold it. It's going to pull back a little bit, but you're a long-term holder. I just hold it. You've done that forever, and even with a big pullback from the 1090-ish area back in March, and it pulls back to the 750s, and now it's back. It's got higher highs and higher lows. It's determined. Look, this is the rectangle formation. It broke above it in a V-shaped pattern. I like it. So I wouldn't do it. Now, one thing that you can do, if you have enough and it's done this well, and I'm seeing the market softening, and I think there is going to be a dark news cloud cover rather than a bright, sunny yellow sky. I think that it's worth considering, if you have enough, to take something off now to reward yourself. You've been very patient, just a little bit, just kind of like a reward, like a chocolate or something like that. Okay, so you're just giving yourself a little bit of a treat, an ice cream. Take a little bit off right here, but I would hold it. I wouldn't do anything other than what you've been doing. So the next thing we're looking at, yes, I did that. Then the question came in, could I look? And I don't think I've ever looked at this before. So the question is, could I look at, where did it go? Have I moved too quickly now? I think I wrote it down. XRP. I think it was XRP. XRP. Did I type it into the wrong place? Probably did. Here we go. There we go. XRP. Oh, XRP means that it's one of the... No, XRP. Oh, man. Don't do that. Let me see, where did we go? Who was the questioner? Oh, you want to look at Hood? Okay, but first there were other questions. Oh, there it is. Can you look at XRP? So I'm typing in XRP, and nothing comes up. Crypto if possible. I don't have that, so I don't know what to do now. If you're listening, you can just type it in. I don't have a site. It's not really coming up. So I'm not sure what to do. XPR, let me see. XPR, maybe I wrote it incorrect. No, I don't have it. But look at Bitcoin. So BTC is trading down now 160 at 109,050. Now, what I've been saying, it's just stuck in the sideways thing. This kind of pattern says there's every evidence that if Bitcoin could break above 112,500, that it would start to go towards the 113,000s where you've got this double top. And until that happens, it's just stuck, but it hasn't broken down. And I'm suspicious. I'm thinking that, and I'll go to Robinhood in a moment because there is a kind of a little bit of a link there, that the sideways weekly chart pattern is going to continue. I don't, if you're listening, and let me just check to see if you put in a change. Thank you. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. Okay, so let me go back to the question here. XRP. Okay. XRP. Forgot an X, huh? There you go. Oh, XRP. Let me see if I can even read this darn thing. Team something, 2 times long. Okay. So let me just do this. It's right on the 200p moving average. XRP is the symbol. I don't have time right now to check exactly what the title is. And it's stuck to the 200-period moving average. I would use whatever the call would be for this, and I don't know which one it is. Let me just see ETHE. Let me look at coin. COIN. Does it look a little bit like that? No, I don't know what that is. So all I can say on this particular chart, it's stuck on the 200-period moving average. You've got to use it as a propellant. It needs at 29.48. It mustn't go below. The 9-period moving average today is positive for the first time, but the price has pulled back from the high of 30.30. It's holding okay. It's up 91 cents. So what I'm going to say is I think there could be a leg D. If it's able by Wednesday, by Monday, it should be Friday, but I'm going to make it Monday. If it's able not to take out 31.49, the high of the 16th, but close above that, all of a sudden it's free to go much higher. So let's just do one thing at a time and say, very short terms, the first time there's a positive 914, there's a strong MACD. The stochastic is okay at 70. It's not good. It should be at 80. And the relative strength index is good, but the on-balance volume is weak. So it needs to prove itself, and I really need the core to tell you exactly what's going on. But right now, those are the parameters that I'd be looking at. Let me repeat that if it closes under 29, that's okay. But if it closes under 28.50 in the next day or two, that's a problem. What you really want to see is that whole 30 area be hit, and this high that I was talking about, which is the high of the 11th actually, of 32.12 will become a target if it can get to 31.37. Hope that helps you. Next question. I missed there. I did that. Oh, there was one in the den. This is in the YouTube. YouTube had, so nail. We looked at that the other day, and I think this is the one that I said you could just start a little position. Now, if you did, you probably got taken out because it was at a peak D, and I said you got to be careful at peak Ds. Today, nail, which is DX, home builders and suppliers, is doing very nicely at 60.27, up 3.27. So if this is going to hold and try to tackle to go above the peak D that was made on the 1st of 63. Was that a round number? Yep, 63.09. If it can go to 63.10, if it can go to 63.15, it's got to go into the 63s. That's going to be very positive for the weekly. What you don't want to see is to take out the low that was made 3 sessions ago of 54.28. That's a problem. But right now, it's good. But that means the TBT, which had a big spike to the upside, giving back some, didn't cross positive in the 9-period moving average, but did in the MACD. Stochastic's very weak. You want to watch that, because if the TBT starts to close under 35.92, then you say to yourself, great. Yields are off the table right now as a problem. They don't have to go much lower, but they're not going much higher. And if it goes to 37.52, you'll see Toll Brothers and the others start to pull back a little bit. But Toll Brothers, good action today, up 275, 119.75. Next question came in. Oh, where was it? Oh, I've got it right here. Wait a minute. I think Dan in the Den had a question which I overlooked. Turns out KZIA. Was that for me? I'm not sure. KZIA. I looked at this recently because it used to be on my short-term, the screamer list. Oh, this had a huge pop today. Last time I looked at it, was at that leg E. It went to a peak E up in the 1286 level on the 11th of June. Comes tumbling down to right there, which is the on the 14th. It comes down to 583. Boom! Today it's just tootling along in the 580s, sevens, and whoop! Today it goes to 10.79, and now it's at the low of the day, but still the gap up is there. Yeah, this is a biotech. I'm sure it's a biotech. What is it called? Kazai? Oh, Therapeutics. I haven't looked at it for ages because, look, yeah, it's a peak B, and then I left it alone. Yeah, I just be a little careful because it is biotech. What you really want to see in the next week is the high of today, 1075. It's got to close above that just once, and you've got a new outlook.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Folks, we're back, and just before we go to Steve Rhodes after the segment, I'd like to just show you, look, so the target, the 200-period moving average in the 5-minute chart in the E-minute was 62.80. We went right down to it. Now it's trying to bounce off it, but what I'd said before is that I see limited upside. Right now, I still see a limited downside until we take out certain levels. That's exactly like we did in the 1-minute chart. You took out this base of support at 63.06. Boom. It goes down. So I'm watching this very closely. We haven't put any new positions now. What we did do is, and in the Tiger YouTube tells me that it's Ripple Labs 2 times the in crypto. And it facilitates fast and cost-efficient cross-border payments. Okay, good. So we do have TGB, which is I didn't do copper today. Look, high-grade copper had a big spike. It's pulling back a little bit. It's down 16 cents. But that big peak leg E going to a peak B, peak E, I'm going to watch it closely. So we are long the TGB. It had a fabulous move up. From 3, we went to 368. Now it's at 328. Now I think it's going to be more a sideways move. We also have the BBAI. Fantastic. Gave us a 50-something percent gain. And now it's pulling back. And that's what I think we're looking at right now. Slowly but surely, the big winners, doesn't matter what number price it is, low price, middle price, starting to give back some, and how they hold is going to be very important. So in this particular instance, you go under 636 in BBI, has to restart entirely a whole new move to the upside. So with that said, let me just say that the Dow is now up only 34, and I'm cautious, but it's really hard. Also, it's very hard in the big picture how to go short here, because these pops, look at this. Today was a big pop to the upside. Now the Dow is towards the low of the day. And if it actually closes down 100 points or more, then you've started this digestive phase that says, okay, now we can have further to go. So I'm watching it very closely. Limited upside, so far limited downside, being very selective with any new positions. Have a great